potato is a climate-smart root crop that adapts well to low rainfall, different altitudes and poor soils. It requires minimal labor or other farm inputs. But today, let me introduce you to a unique variety of sweet potato, orange-fleshed sweet potato. It is a nutritious type of sweet potato that is additionally rich in beta-carotene, a precursor of vitamin A. Beta-carotene is an organic, strongly colored red-orange pigment abundant in plants and fruits. Beta-carotene is what gives orange-fleshed sweet potato an orange color and is converted to vitamin A in the body after consumption. Unlike the other sweet potato varieties that are mainly boiled for consumption, this one is fried. Now I know I got your attention. Now let's go to the farm. Habari zenyu. Welcome to Kilimo na Biashara Show. I don't know where you're watching from, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. And today we want to explore one of the most pertinent crop in your diets, because I know most of the people take this for breakfast most of the time. Yeah, and it's mainly known for its health benefits. I'm talking about sweet potato, and not just sweet potato. I'm speaking about orange-fleshed sweet potato. So shall we explore? Shall we learn more about this? Because our farmer is right here. I see there's a lot of activity happening here. So we want to know whether you want to do it as a commercial venture or for household consumption. So shall we meet our farmer and learn more about this? Let's go. Jack.
Hi Linda, how are you doing?
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, welcome to Kembu.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So what's happening right here?
So here we're in one of the first stages of sweet potato farming. So you can see we finished the land preparation and now we have our people planting. So that's what we're up to today.
The farm looks so fresh and moist. What's happening? Is it ready for planting or it has already been planted?
It has been planted, yeah. So actually we're completing the planting over here.
So even before we talk about the management practices and everything about sweet potato, I would like to know more about Zumaridi Farms.
Yes, so I'm the founder at Zumaridi Farms. So at the moment we're exclusively sweet potatoes, but we're reaching out into other areas. The reason we went so much into sweet potatoes is we realized, firstly, there's a lot of health benefits. It's consumed by a lot of Kenyans. And there's also a growing demand in the export market.
So you're also eyeing the export market?
We want to make sure we're doing well at home first. Once we've, let's say, mastered all the techniques and what needs to be done, we'll also look into export.
And how is home performing? Because you've mentioned that home has to be okay first. So how is home?
The home is good. We're still a relatively young farm. We're still less than a year old. So we still have a lot of room to grow, but I can say that we're growing at a good rate. I'm happy.
Is it labor intensive? And also when you speak about capital, is it also capital intensive?
I would say it depends how you want to do it. So we're aiming for a very high quality potato. So we don't rely purely on rains. We've installed irrigation systems. Across the different farms, we use drip, we use sprinklers. So yeah, in that sense, it can be quite labor intensive, but it varies because some days you need many people for planting, for harvesting, but other days the potatoes, they look after themselves pretty well.
Jack, so this is just one among many farms that you've grown sweet potato, also in other regions. Why those regions and where are those regions?
So actually, we'll be fortunate enough to show you almost every stage of the process. So we have land that's just being tilled, harrowed and ridged. Then we have somewhere like here, which is just being planted. Another location in Naivasha, which is, we can give it maybe half a month to a month out from harvest. And we'll finally go to Gatundu, where you'll see the harvest happening and it going into the last stages of the process, where we do something a little bit different from most sweet potato farmers.
Wow. So now I would like to learn more about the technical bits when it comes to sweet potato, the management. So perhaps do you have an agronomist here or a farm manager who can give us now all the details about this?
So I work with Mina. So Mina is the one who's on the ground doing the nitty-gritties. So it's like everything. The more you do it, the more you learn, and I can say a lot of it you learn as you go, because you see, you can read certain things, but it won't always correlate to the field. So I can say the best learning is as you go.
Okay, then we can go meet Minor,
Okay.
so that he can tell us more
No
about
problem.
this particular crop. I see planting is ongoing.
Yes, Linda, this is Minor.
So this is Minor.
This is Minor.
Hello, Minor.
Hi, Linda.
So I see you're planting, shall we?
Yes.
Shall we? Okay. We plant now.
Yes,
Shall we?
yes, Linda. What you do, first hold the tip of the vine
Yes.
to avoid injuries.
Uh-huh.
Then you push it down the soil. Not,
How many centimeters
not
in?
vertically,
Like this,
horizontally, yeah.
Horizontal.
Just
But
a
I
few-
first have to, like,
You don't even have to dig out, as the soil is moist and soft.
like that.
Good, Linda.
Ah,
There
how
you
many
are.
centimeters apart?
The distancing is determined by the size of the vine that you have planted.
Uh-huh.
But after the end of the vine, you only take 4 inches. That is 10 centimeters. Then you can put another vine from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Which variety is this?
This is orange fresh, Irene variety. It's new.
Because I know there's a lot involved when it comes to the shape that you want to achieve with sweet potato. Does it start here when you want a particular shape or formation?
This is a very crucial stage when it comes to tuber formation. You do it wrong, you get wrong tubers.
Oh,
Ridging here will help the formation of tubers to the sizes that we want and shapes.
so from here, where do we go to next to see the next level?
From here we go to Naivasha,
We go to Naivasha.
Nakuru County.
Nakuru County.
Naivasha.
Naivasha.
Yes.
Twende Naivasha. See you on the other side.
One month to harvesting, about there.
Wow.
But it may extend depending on the size of the tuber.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from Kiambu County, we are in Naivasha, Nakuru County right now. The reason as to why we made our way to Naivasha is because I don't want to miss any stage of sweet potato farming. Yeah? Also, I've seen the disparity in the soil variety. You remember the soil in Kiambu, and look at the soil right here. Different temperatures, right? But now let's find out from our agronomist, what are the dynamics when it comes to this stage, and also get to know which particular stage is this crop. Is it ready for harvest? Is it 3 months or 2 months for harvest? Let's find out, yeah? Let's go. Minor.
Yes,
so,
Linda.
what stage is this now?
This is tuber formation stage.
So when you say tuber formation, what does that really mean?
You do counting, specifically looking for tubers, sizes, formations, and all that.
So when you say tuber formation, is there a particular shape that you intend to achieve at the end of, during the harvest season?
Exactly. With this variety, there is a specific size and shape that you're looking for. Not just the tubers, but there is specific shape that you're looking for.
So how do you ensure to get that particular shape that you want?
For you to get the size and the shape that you want, the process begins from the ploughing to harvesting. Otherwise, if you miss a point in between, you lose everything. Yeah, so it's very important to be very careful in all stages.
So what happens now if you don't achieve the shape and formation that you wanted to have?
There's some measures that you can take. For instance, where we are, the tuber is yet to get the exact size that we want. So we'll continue with the irrigation systems and making sure there are no weeds to reduce the nutrition competition, to make sure that it attains the weight, size and shape that we want.
And speaking of irrigation system, why sprinkler? Because I see you've installed sprinkler here and not any other type of irrigation system.
One, sprinklers are used depending with the kind of plant that we are using. Now, with this kind of plant, the sweet potatoes, considering that there is not much diseases and pests that are spread, it's right to use sprinklers compared with like drip irrigation, we say. At the same time, installation of these sprinklers, it's quite cheaper. And also running it, in the long run, it's cheaper also.
But is it a heavy consumer of water? Because I see this is a large tract of land.
Yes, it's really water intensive, especially considering that we are doing it organically. We are not introducing any fertilizer, any foliar? No. So you must make sure that you feed it with water, enough water for it fresh, to be of good quality, and to be free. Also, water also controls some pests and diseases.
So with orange-fleshed sweet potato, what are the pests and diseases that can affect this crop?
Potavirus is common to sweet potatoes, and considering that we are doing it organically here, we don't use pesticides or fungicides to control anything here. So we use water, regular watering from foundation to make sure it doesn't establish itself, and when it comes, you control it as early as possible to make sure you do away with it. Otherwise, it will be a mess at the end of the day. Everything has an enemy. Even sweet potatoes here, they have their own enemies. And one of the biggest enemies of sweet potato, it's sweet potato aphid. The sweet potato aphid, it can destroy all this. But now, what is important, it's how to manage it. You don't manage once it gets into your shamba. You try as much as possible to truck it out. We use water because it doesn't manifest on wet surfaces. So we make sure that our surfaces are as wet as possible. As you can see, the sprinklers are running to make sure that the sweet potato aphid doesn't get a chance.
And now let's get to one of the things that I've noted here, which is so important. The soil variety here, Kiambu is a different soil variety, and here is quite sandy, or I don't know which variety. So when it comes to sweet potato, which soil is favorable for it?
Okay, sweet potato can grow anywhere. But now that anywhere, it means a lot. Sweet potato, like where we are, this is volcanic loam soil. With volcanic loam soil, they are very loose, and they encourages tuber formation. But again, they need a lot of water. They need regular watering. Where we were just right now in Kiambu, that is loam clay. Loam clay, it sticks a bit. So for it to have a good shape, you also have to make sure it's getting water regularly. Otherwise, it will cramp. It will cramp the tuber, leading to formation of shipwrecks and deformed tubers.
And what about the yields? If you compare it, the production that you will get in Kiambu County and the production you will get from Naivasha.
This is our first shamba in Nakuru, but I can say Kiambu County has a very good soils for sweet potatoes. With good management, you get the best. Yeah, even the color, texture, even the taste, you get the best.
Sweet potato is mainly grown by smallholder farmers, and I'm just looking at this place, it's quite massive. How many acres is this?
This is slightly above 10 acres.
Is it hard to manage?
Potatoes are very easy to manage. You only need to make sure that what is done, it's done to completion. Thereafter, it's water management, nothing else.
So from here, where do we go to next?
From here, we are heading to Kiambu County again, Juja constituency, where we will see the endings of this process.
Let's go. Today, you're in the right place. First of all, we are focusing on orange-fleshed sweet potato farming, and harvesting is ongoing right here. There are different varieties of sweet potato, yeah? So this one is orange-fleshed. There are different other varieties from purple to yellow. Remember, we covered yellow as well, yellow sweet potato. So can we explore more about orange-fleshed sweet potato? And Maina, Tell me, did you achieve the formation that you wanted here?
We have achieved the size and shape, and also the quantities.
Ooh, and they are big.
If you look at this shape, this is what we are looking for. This shape here, it's not deformed. And also the size. We don't want extra sizes, extra bigs, or too small. The market doesn't like that. Also, if you look at this, let me break one. The color. It shows that it has matured to, this is orange fresh variety. Now, this orange fresh, it's a little bit different from others. As most of them, others, mostly they are used for boiling. That's what Africans know, people know about sweet potatoes. But this variety here, this one is mostly used for crackers. Some people like it, those cracks. Others do chips with them, flour, and also puree, the sweet potato puree. This is very much advocated for those things. It has so many benefits contrary to others. For instance, this one is considered to have very high levels of beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is used to curb chronic diseases like cancer, also inflammations. It is an anti-inflammation. It has high levels of vitamin A, which is very good for skins. It protects from skin burns, even wrinkles when people are aging. So people are advised to use this variety when they're aging, as it will protect them from those wrinkles things.
So from here, is there another stage?
Now, after harvesting here, we'll take them to the curing facility where we do sorting, further sorting. As you can see from, on my back, people are doing some sorting, and at the same time, a further sorting will be done in the curing facility to make sure only the size and the shape that is required in the market gets to the curing facility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Will
Is
you help
it
me?
heavy?
Not much, but you can help me carry this.
I can manage.
Yeah, you can manage. Thank you.
It is a robust and affordable crop. Orange-fleshed sweet potato has shown to be a powerful tool for improving the food and nutrition security of vulnerable populations. Here are some of the things that you can make or produce from orange-fleshed sweet potato. It can be used for both local foods and intercontinental dishes. You can make baked fries. All you need is orange-fleshed sweet potatoes, oil, and your preferred spice. Peel and slice your potatoes to your preferred sizes. Grease your sliced fries in oil and sprinkle it with spices and salt. Bake until golden brown and crispy.
Jack,
Yes.
we are done with the farm.
Yes.
Now I want to know what curing is. I've been told this is the curing section.
It is. It is.
What is curing?
So what this process does is it starts to break down the sucrose. Yes. So as you can see, the difference between the two here, you can still see this is a bit milky here, whereas this one is not. Yeah. It also extends the shelf life. The skin looks more intact. It's not so scratched. Yeah. So these are some of the benefits you see from curing.
So aside from curing, I see there's a lot of activity happening right here. So what really happens here? What's the activity?
So we receive the potatoes from down there at the farm here. The preferred method that we choose here is that we use brushing, because we've noticed that when you fully submerge the potato, it already decreases the shelf life because of the water getting in and all of that. So we start with brushing, then we move along to weighing, and eventually bagging and labeling down there.
Sounds like a very important process, yeah?
It's very important. It's very important. In fact, this is what sort of separates us from, I guess, what other people are doing already. Yeah.
Jack, now tell me about the market dynamics, especially when you're selling this. Do you sell it in tons, in kilos, wholesale?
So in terms of how we sell it as wholesale. Yeah, so we sell as wholesale. You can choose whether you want it bagged like with our branding. Some people choose to buy it and repackage. To us it's okay, but we start from maybe like 200 kilos each week to some people who will take like tons in a week, like that.
So is the local market receptive?
Local market is good, but with this particular potato, as It's very good for value addition, for flour, for chips. We find that this also becomes very popular in the outside world, in the export world.
In every successful business, challenges abound. When it comes to this particular type of farming, what are some of the challenges or your experiences while at it?
Farming is very expensive. You use a lot of money at the start and it doesn't come back immediately. Thankfully now I can say that we're starting to see some returns, so it requires a lot of patience and it is capital intensive.
And how about the returns on investment? Would you say it's a profitable venture and even encourage someone to venture into this?
Yes, it's definitely profitable, but again, with patience. You know, you have to sell your thing, you have to wait for the harvest to become ready, and eventually what will happen is, as you've seen all our locations, we'll try and have it so the harvests follow each other quite nearby. Yeah. That would be the goal, so that we're constantly harvesting and selling.
So you have large tracts of land. We visited Naivasha, Kiambuga, Tondo. Tell me the vision, your aspirations when it comes to this. Is this something you can venture into it or stay in it even in 5 years to come?
100%, because we don't intend on stopping here at all. We just want to get our foot through the door and then the rest of our products can flow. We're already looking into onions, we're looking into cabbage, a few things. We're also going to have end of year meetings as a team, as a company, to see what's viable for us, what makes sense with the soil that we have, the size of land that we have, and yeah, we see what else we're looking to get into.
And at this point, would you encourage someone to venture into this step?
Yes, definitely, definitely. I feel like there's young people who may be fortunate enough to have access to land. And one thing that I came to realize is land really is just land unless you monetize it and use it. So definitely it's something that I would encourage my peers and my age mates to go ahead and do.
That was quite insightful. You have so much info in regards to this type of farming. I would like to know what motivates you every day.
Well, I think in terms of this work, it's very rewarding. It's not like other things. You plant something and you see it grow. You know, there's no two ways about it. You can see your progress for yourself, which I find very rewarding day in, day out.
And in this season, would you be able to tell us your expected tonnage or yields?
So the ones which you've seen between here and the one coming to harvest in Naivasha, we're looking between 50-60 tons will come out, yeah.
Must be a good business, yeah? I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And what's a way to end the show? I'm sure by now you've gotten all the tips that you needed to know and when you want to grow sweet potato, any variety of sweet potato. Remember, there are many varieties, but we've given you all the tips when it comes to orange fleshed sweet potato. Right from the farm, you've seen the preparation of land, you've seen the vegetative section, how to harvest, how much yield you can expect perhaps in an acre, and the performance. The money is good as well. So thank you so much for being part of the show today. Until next time, see you again next Sunday.